Come in.
Brad, what are you doing here? That's a surprise.
Well, I'm going over the monthly billing for Sam. You know, accounts receivable, payments owed, equipment ordered, invoices. Actually, I just put it in one big neat pile here so nobody knows I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't add to your confusion.
Oh, I love challenges. Sit down. What can I do for you?
Well, I was just in the neighborhood, and I thought I would drop in and renew our memberships, Marco's and mine, for the next year. Ours is up the end of the month.
In advance?
Hey, why not?
At your service. Hold on. There we go. Okay, that's 2 full memberships for you.
No, that's a family membership.
Oh, right. Well, it's $400.
Great.
Okay.
This is really a present for Marco. He very rarely comes here, but when he does, he really appreciates it. You know, he says it releases all the tension that kind of bogs him down.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll be seeing a lot of them in the next couple of weeks, huh?
Why do you say that?
Well, he's going to need all the positive support he can get.
What are you talking about?
What? Will you forget I mentioned that?
No, now that you've started, you can explain what you're talking about.
Maybe you'd like to borrow one of my old stethoscopes I saw in my medical bag.
Come on, man, it's not what you think.
It's not? Oh. Hey, it's all right. You heard there were termites in the hotel. You wanted to check.
Tell your friend it's dangerous.
What? What dangerous? Who are you talking about?
Working, Suave was the only shampoo I could afford. I kept thinking, someday I'll be successful and I'll try some of those expensive shampoos. But they weren't better than Suave, just more expensive. In fact, one of the best ways I found to protect against blow drying is Suave's new moisturizing shampoo and conditioner. Today, I could spend a fortune on my hair. I don't. Suave just makes me look as if I do.
Suave makes you look as if you spent a fortune on your hair.
Hello, I'm a Ziploc storage bag. Meet the tough member of my family.
You bet I'm tough. I'm the heavy-duty Ziploc freezer bag. The toughest, thickest freezer bag on the block. Specially built for the freezer. Plus, I've got this heavy-duty seal. If you want more protection in a freezer, remember me, the heavy-duty Ziploc freezer bag.
Told you he was tough.
Ziploc freezer bags from Dow.
Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm gonna get me some kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm gonna get me some kibbles and bits.
Kennel Ration introduces Kibbles and Bits, a brand new idea. It's 2 new dog foods in one. Kibbles, a new crunchy, meaty-tasting dry, and Bits, a new chewy burger-style food. He'll crunch it, chomp it, absolutely devour it. Kibbles and Bits, 2 great new dog foods in one.
Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm gonna get me more kibbles and bits.
Got a capsule for my hay fever?
For hay fever and summer cold, 6612.
That's Dristan tablets.
Not just tablets, new Dristan capsules, too.
Capsules?
Right. These help 6 symptoms. This one's 6.
And Dristan capsules relieve 12, says who?
ARM and Allerist help these 6 symptoms. Contact the same 6. But Dristan capsules relieve sneezing, headache, all 12 of them.
That'll help my hay fever.
Tablets or new capsules, Dristan relieves 12 cold and hay fever symptoms.
Dear, don't rush like that. It's bad for your digestion.
I'm late. I have to be in court this afternoon. I want to stop at the health club for an hour of racquetball before I go to work.
Don't exhaust yourself or you won't be up to par in the courtroom.
Au contraire, after a good workout, I'm ready to slay dragons. What's on your schedule?
All of this. I'm interviewing for a new position at WVLE.
Oh, I didn't know there was a new spot available.
Actually, I'm creating one. I'm sick and tired of Pat Ashley and her utter disregard for her show and the station. I want to be prepared just in case she decides to pull another one of her disappearing acts.
I thought you liked doing it.
I do. I adore it. But I resent having to do it at the last minute and at the expense of my personal life. And believe me, if she disappears one more time, it's going to be the last.
Angel Pat has an awful lot of fans in Landview, and she's also a crackerjack interviewer.
You're making her sound indispensable. She's not.
A little free advice, if you don't mind.
Yes?
She also has a contract.
Contracts
Right.
expire. And I want to be prepared when that happy event occurs.
Can I see some of them?
Oh, I suppose so. There you go.
Whoops! Oh, well, maybe I better stay home and help you.
I thought you were in a big hurry to swap that little ball around.
Right. Listen, have a good afternoon. I'll call you later.
You too, dear. Bye-bye.
Excuse me, but there's a Miss Pamela Chaffee here to see you, Mrs. Callison.
Thank you, Heron. My goodness, she's 5 minutes early. I think that's a good sign. I really do. Show her in a few minutes, all right? I'll see her in the library.
Very good, madam.
Thank you, Heron. Chaffee. There it is. First one. Marvelous. Look.
Miss Pamela Chaffee, madam.
Thank you, Heron. Ah, hello, Miss Chaffee.
Miss Callison.
Yes, indeed. What a pleasure to meet you. Won't you sit down?
Thank you very much. I have been enjoying your home. It is absolutely magnificent.
Thank you. Thank you. I've just been looking at your resume. It's really quite impressive. Bachelor's degree from Swarthmore College, a master's in telecommunications from Columbia.
Yes, and I would have gone on for my doctorate, but I felt that I should leave the ivy-covered walls for the real world.
I see, the real world, which is,
St. Louis.
Ah. You worked for KTLL.
Yes, that's right.
Is that a network affiliate?
Yes.
Says here you were a meteorologist and news researcher. Is that the kind of post you're looking for now?
No, not exactly. Actually, I was hoping for a news desk position. After 2 years, I have had my fill of cold fronts and high-pressure systems moving in from the north and all of that.
Have you brought some tapes of your broadcast?
I have. They're in the car. But I want you to know that I'm very reluctant to being a weather girl again.
Ah, well, I appreciate your frankness. What brings you to Landview?
Well, I grew up in the East. My parents live in Washington, D.C., and I really wanted to be closer to my family.
Have you applied to stations there?
Yes, I've applied to stations all over the East Coast. But my primary concern is the kind of job that I'm going to get. You see, I find broadcasting a very stimulating and creative experience.
And indeed it is. I think you're a very self-confident, very ambitious young woman. Have you been watching any of our shows since you've been in Landview?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I've tried to see most of them. I wasn't sure exactly what kind of position was open, so I felt it was important to get a good general feeling for all your programming.
Excellent. What if I were to offer you the job of meteorologist on one of our news shows? At an increase in salary, of course.
Well, I would be very, very flattered that you offered me a job so quickly. But I'm afraid that I would have to turn you down. You see, I can't afford to make a lateral move at this point in my career. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. I find your frankness rather refreshing. Yes, indeed. I am a very direct person myself. In fact, I've often been accused of being too blunt.
Well, I prefer directness to deceit.
So do I. So do I. I think we're going to get along very well. Have you seen the Pat Ashley show since you've been here?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I have. I think it's wonderful. She is an excellent interviewer.
You don't think there's room for improvement?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I think that there's always room for improvement. I'm sure that you have many, many suggestions.
I do. In fact, why don't we take a walk through the garden? The roses are absolutely beautiful right now, and we'll discuss them. Come, my dear, we'll also stop by your car and pick up those tapes. You know something, Pamela? I think we have a great deal to talk about.
Brad, I have a right to know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do, but it's not my place to tell you. That's up to Marco.
Obviously, he doesn't feel that way.
Well, there's nothing I can do about that. You'll have to talk to him.
You men really stick together, don't you?
Well, I'm sorry, Edwina, but when he finally does tell you, you realize why I can't.
It's the Buchanans, isn't it?
Edwina,
No, you can be frank with me, Brad. I mean, he already told me that this trip he took wasn't as successful as he wanted it to be. I mean, I didn't think that Bo would hold that against him. I mean, come on, how many Johnny Drummonds and Becky Lee Abbotts are there in the world? I mean, he'll do much better on the next trip.
This has nothing to do with the trip.
Well, then what? What, did he say something? Did he insult Asa? I mean, he's very free with his mouth sometimes.
No, the Buchanans aren't angry with him. His job is very secure. He should be grateful for that.
Brad, would you just stop playing games with me and tell me what's going on? I have a right to know.
Yes, you do. I'm just sorry I'm the one who has to tell you. Marco fell flat on his face. His scores were too low to pass his life experience exams. He's not going to get 1 free minute of college credit. He's going to have to start from square one.
Paul, please! No!
Karen! What's going on?
Please!
Karen! Karen, we're coming in!
Please!
Deep in the dark of the darkest woods was a camp called... where things that bite in the day and the night made the children cry. And every day they'd scratch away 'cause of poison ivy and oak. Till by chance there came to camp new Bactine hydrocortisone. When they soothed it on, the itchy was gone, and it made the owie okay. So that night they slept just right, 'cause Bactine hydrocortisone took the itchy owies away.
Start the day fresh, America. Get a fresh start every day.
Now you don't have to wake up to the same gray, dingy clothes if you use Fresh Start laundry detergent. Fresh Start combines the best of powders and liquids to help clean the gray even the leading detergent can leave behind. Your clothes will look cleaner, fresher, brighter.
Start the day fresh, America. Get a fresh start every day.
Oh, forget the fire. I'm too tired.
What's wrong, Bill?
My doctor says too much caffeine after dinner makes me lose sleep.
Well, you should drink Sanka Brandy, caffeinated coffee.
I drink real coffee.
Sanka Brand's 100% real coffee. Try it.
Delicious.
Hey, how's the lumberjack?
Sleeping like a log again, with a little help from Sanka Brand.
Sanka Brand. Enjoy your coffee and enjoy yourself.
Look at me, Grandpa!
They look real cool, that old-fashioned bathing suit, Grandpa.
I'd feel cooler with a taste of good old-fashioned lemonade.
Country time, Grandpa?
Country time.
Natural lemon flavor from real lemons goes into Country Time lemonade flavored drink.
Not too tart, not too sweet.
That's the taste of good old-fashioned lemonade.
Well, you ought to know.
Country time, country time. Tastes like good old-fashioned lemonade.
How do you know that? Did Marco tell you?
Does it matter?
Of course it matters if he can share that with you and not tell me.
Well, he doesn't know I have the information. I know somebody who works in the regional testing office. She told me.
I don't believe he didn't tell me. We've been waiting for the results of these exams for months.
Well, I imagine that he's just pretty devastated. He knows how disappointed you'll be. The only reason he didn't tell you, I'm sure, is because he loves you too much.
You call this love? Come on, I've been in on the whole step of this thing all the way. I helped him study. I was in on the exhaustion, the whole thing. This pain is my burden as much as it is his. Actually, it's probably more because he didn't tell me himself.
So what are you going to do?
Well, there's really nothing I can do, you know, until he tells me.
Yeah, well, Don't worry, I'll keep my big mouth shut.
Well, I hope so. And don't tell him that you know, right? And don't tell him that you told me.
Whatever you want.
Thanks.
Come in.
Oh, hey, excuse me. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Not at all.
I was just going to go anyway. Thank you for all your understanding.
Well, we aim to please our members at the Landview Health Club. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. So, what can I do for you?
Oh, well, Marcello told me to wait for him in here.
Well, make yourself at home. Have a seat. Are you a new member?
Oh, no, he was just showing me around. I'm going to be working here.
Well, my name is Brad Vernon.
Oh, mine's Cassie Howard.
Cassie. So, you've been hired. What job?
Receptionist.
Did Marcello hire you?
No, but he introduced me to Mrs. Buchanan. And, well, she thought I'd be right for the job.
Yeah, well, that's my sister. She sure has good taste.
Thank you.
You don't remember me at all, do you?
Well, you do look sort of familiar.
Must be getting old. We, met at Tony's place the other night. Actually, our eyes met, but you didn't fancy my champagne.
Was that you?
None other. Well, hi, Marcello.
Hey, Brad.
Just met our new receptionist. I must say, I approve wholeheartedly.
Yeah, I'll bet you do. Listen, Brad, you can help ease Cassie into her new job by finishing up the necessary paperwork. I'll leave it to you since you know where everything is around here.
Did you fill out an application?
Yeah, but I left it at the reception desk with all the other literature that Mrs. Buchanan gave me when I applied.
Well, I'll get it. I'll need that. And, well, I'll read up on your application, find out more about you. All I know now is that you don't like champagne.
See ya. I'll see you. Cassie. A word to the wise, huh? Watch out for Brad.
You don't have to worry about me. I've met guys like him before.
Oh, yeah? Well, I wouldn't be so sure. Brad's one of a kind.
Do you think he'll understand why I don't have a Social Security number?
Oh, I'll explain it to him. That's no problem. You have applied for another one.
Oh, of course.
Good. As soon as you get it, let me know and I'll enter it into the records. Meantime, we can just deduct your taxes from your paycheck every week as if you were paying the tax now.
I really appreciate everything you've done for me.
Look, don't mention it, huh? Listen, hold on a second. Hello, Landview Health Club.
Hello, Marcello, the very person I wanted to speak to. This is Dorian.
Dorian, hello. What can I do for you?
Well, actually, I'm so sorry, but I have to pass on our lesson today. I'm interviewing for WVLE, and I just can't get away. I'm sorry.
Well, that's no problem. Maybe we can make it the same time tomorrow. What do you say?
Good, and if there's any change in plans, I'll let you know.
Fine.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Guess who?
Mrs. Callison, right?
Right.
Oh, I'm still so embarrassed about spilling that wine on her the other night.
Oh, don't let it bother you. She's probably forgotten about the whole thing by now.
Oh, I sure hope so. I mean, I wouldn't want to create any hard feelings on my first days in Landview. Does she come here often?
About 3 days a week.
How about Mr. Callison? Does he come here too?
Yeah, pretty often. He loves to play racquetball, so you'll be seeing a lot of both of them.
Come on, sit down for a second.
Okay, thanks.
Look, can I get you some coffee?
No, I'm fine. You sure this is an okay time, Ted?
Oh, yeah, this is fine. Well, you can see the gallery isn't exactly teeming with customers.
Well, I just thought it would be better for us to talk here instead of troubling Vicky when she's feeling so badly.
Sounds kind of heavy.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, by the way, I was looking through the Chronicle this morning, and I saw some ads for apartments that would be perfect for you. I have it around here somewhere. Wait a minute here. Here it is. Yep, they're all circled.
Oh, thanks. I really appreciate it. You know, but you're so busy, Ted. I wish you wouldn't put yourself out on account of me.
Oh, it's no problem at all. Now, what is it that you want to talk about?
Well, Tina told me what happened to Vicky at Tony's place. And, naturally, I was very concerned for her.
Oh, of course.
But beside that, there was something else that bothered me, I mean, aside from worrying about her health. you remember what happened to me a couple of weeks ago at home?
No, I don't remember.
And do you remember that night when we were all kind of, you, Vicky, and me, were sitting around kind of talking and relaxing, and I started singing a song that I was working on. And right in the middle of it, I blanked out. I mean, I couldn't remember where I was or what I was doing or why I was doing it. Well, later on that day, I came downstairs and fainted. Ordinarily, I would just think that was a coincidence. But the symptoms are so similar. I mean, the dizziness and the loss of memory and all of it. It's just like Vicky.
Oh, Becky, you think there's some connection?
Well, I don't know. It only happened once, but I sure think it's a lot of similarities. What do you think, Ted? Do you think maybe something's going around?
For years, women like me with monthly pain were told it was all in our heads. Today, there's all kinds of studies that prove the pain is real. I could have told them that long ago. So could Pamprin. Pamprin fights pain with 2 ingredients, an aspirin-free pain reliever, plus a special ingredient that relieves monthly pain by reducing water gain. A lot of people went to a lot of trouble to prove the pain is real, when all they had to do was ask me.
Pamprin, real relief from real pain.
I've got a real smart mom, because now she uses diaperine baby powder instead of talc. Diaperine baby powder is made of naturally absorbing cornstarch, and cornstarch is better than talc in absorbing the moisture that can lead to diaper rash. And Mom knows more pediatricians prefer cornstarch over talc to help keep babies dry and comfortable. So change your baby to the powder made with naturally absorbing cornstarch, 100% talc-free diaperine baby powder.
I get so hungry. How can I lose weight? You can lose weight deliciously with the aid of AIDS. The AIDS diet plan really works.
AIDS contains a safe and effective appetite suppressant when used as directed. Helps curb your appetite so you can lose weight.
This salad is perfect. The plan lets you enjoy 2 AIDS before each meal. Delicious chocolate flavor. And AIDS does work.
I see.
Lose weight deliciously with the aid of AIDS.
And King's Crossing's the new home of the Hollisters. Lauren, the family realist,
Always think that things are going to change.
determined to succeed.
You're very good.
It's very kind of you.
Jonathan, her new passion.
Now you can stop pretending to find me irresistible.
That part hasn't been pretending.
Lauren, caught in a dangerous web of emotions on King's Crossing this fall.
Saturdays and nights, ABC in the place.
This is all happening so fast. I mean, I've never even been in a health club before, and now I'm going to be working in one. It's so exciting.
Well, another nice thing about the job is the free membership, you know. You can come in and use the facilities anytime you want, except when you're working, of course. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on in.
Hi, I wondered if you knew anybody who'd like to risk a game of racquetball with Landview's fiercest right-hander.
Well, I wish I could, but I'm on duty right now. But I'll see if I can help you find a partner, though.
Oh, well, I'd appreciate it. We know each other, don't we?
I'm sorry, Cassie, Howard, Mr. Callison.
Yeah, you were the girl in the restaurant.
I'm sorry you remember that.
No, don't worry about it. My wife's a little short-tempered, that's all. She's probably completely forgotten the incident by now.
I'm still really embarrassed about it.
Don't be. You know what they say about spilt milk? I think the same applies to wine.
Cassie's going to be our new receptionist.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I start tomorrow. I'm really excited about working here.
That's good. We've seen each other before, haven't we? Before the restaurant, I mean. At the Clayton Art Gallery. You were there for the opening of the group show.
Oh, yeah, I did stop in for a few minutes.
And you know something? I saw you someplace before that, too. You were standing on the terrace at Landfair, peeking into the library.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no. There's nothing to be sorry about. I just wondered what you were doing there. You live at Moorcliffe?
Moorcliffe?
I guess you don't. That's the estate next door.
You know, I really didn't mean any harm. I just arrived in town and I didn't know anybody,
No, it's all right, dear. Really it is. It's just, I mean, people walk on the grounds of Landfair from time to time. I enjoy it. It's fine with me as long as they appreciate it.
Well, Marcello, I really better be going. Is there anything else I can do?
No, just show up to work tomorrow morning with a smile.
I will. It was very nice to meet you again, Mr. Callison.
Yes, you too. Well.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Seems to be a master of saying the wrong thing.
She's a very sweet kid, but she's a little shy, and she's also a little mysterious.
What do you mean?
I don't know anything about her. She's not overly generous with information about her background.
Maybe she's hiding something.
Like what?
She could be a runaway.
Oh, I don't know. Runaway kids usually have a desperate quality about them. She's just the opposite. She's very independent, and she's very determined to make it on her own without any outside help at all.
I'm not sure what you're suggesting.
Oh, I'm not suggesting anything. It just seems that there's something going around, and I hope it's not contagious.
Well, if you're afraid of that, Becky, maybe you'd feel better if you moved out of Vicky's house.
Well, I think I'll take my chances. I want to stay around in case she needs help.
Well, she really doesn't need any help right about now. You know, she's coming along fine. Everything's under control.
Well, just in case.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm off to the library. I think I'm going to read up on communicable diseases. Maybe I'll shed some light on all of this.
You know something, Becky? It could be that you're just in the wrong profession. Maybe you should go to medical school.
Maybe I should. Thanks for talking to me. Bye-bye, Ken.
Bye, Becky.
Oh, man, come on.
Operator, we need an ambulance at the Wellington Hotel, room 429, and tell them to hurry, please. What? Why did you stop?
Because I can't do anything more for him, Karen.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
Here she is, the famous Inspector 12. She makes sure that Hanes' men's and boys' t-shirts and briefs are as good as we say they are. Inspector 12. She pokes. She stretches, and that's just the beginning. Once again, Hanes' t-shirts and briefs pass the lasting quality test.
They don't say Hanes until I say they say Hanes.
Now on sale, men's and boys' all cotton underwear and boxers.
A Grease shampoo and a Grease conditioner. Together, they help you escape the greasies.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you.
Everyone loves French's, the one and only Sunshine Mustard.
Please don't take my sunshine away. Delicious.
Wednesday. It's passion that rules the dynasty.
I would feel more confident in buying Conn's hot dogs after seeing the cuts of meats that they're made out of.
Great meat makes great franks. Depend on Cons.
As you can see, the same long-distance call to the same place at the same time doesn't cost the same. Fact is, it can be half as much on MCI, the nation's long-distance phone company. If your long-distance bills are more than $25 a month, make one more call to MCI and start cutting those bills down to size. You haven't been talking too much. You've just been paying too much.
Come to Gimbel's for Stearns & Foster's 135th anniversary sale. Right now at Gimbel, save 25 to 30% on Stearns & Foster's Anniversary Series bedding. This super firm set is now on sale for a low $99 each piece. Save 33% on Stearns & Foster bedding made exclusively for Gimbel's. This ortho posture set is now a low $120 each piece. So get years of sleeping comfort at huge savings now at Gimbel's during Stearns & Foster's 135th anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
Battle to save the Biltmore Hotel goes to court.
No wonder your station manager was sorry to lose you. I'm sure you even had your own local fan club.
Well, I was popular, but I'm afraid I wasn't that popular.
Oh, dear. Look at the time. I have somebody coming in just a minute, and I haven't even looked at their resume.
I'm sorry.
No, just excuse me, really. I will let you know at the end of the week exactly what position we're going to have to offer, all right?
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Not at all, not at all. It was really nice talking to you. I'll have Karen show you out, okay? Karen? Would you be so kind to show Miss Cassie out? Lovely meeting you. Welcome to Landview.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Sure.
Shall I send in the next candidate, madam?
Yes, that would be Miss McPherson. Mm-hmm. Please show her in. Oh, Helen, just a minute, please. I have a question that I need to ask you.
Yes, madam.
You, watch the Pat Ashley show from time to time, don't you?
Occasionally.
How do you think it would be if there were 2 hostesses instead of 1?
I think that's an excellent idea. And especially if you were the other hostess.
Aaron, you're not going to get a raise for that, but I appreciate the compliment.
Well, I meant it sincerely.
I'm sure you did, and thank you. No. What I was thinking of is that with 2 hostesses, we could get a sort of dual approach to each interview.
It's an excellent idea.
Yes. And it would be a solution to the case of the missing hostess, wouldn't it? An equal star with equal billing, equal audience appeal. Oh, yes. She could fill in for Miss Ashley very easily. Please, show in Miss McPherson.
Very good, Mrs. Callison.
Now, what do you mean by that?
I mean, Vinny. Marco, Vinny died the exact same way. The burning, the fever, the pains in the chest. He couldn't breathe. He came to give me information. He said before he died, tell Vicky, and Claude did the same thing. He said, tell your friend. Now, he must mean Vicky. He must.
Well, it's too bad I couldn't save him, huh?
Nobody could have saved him. Just like nobody could have saved Vinny. It happened just like before.
Karen?
What?
Where did Steve go?
Yes, Mrs. Krasner. It's a fine painting, and it's a good investment as well. Well, I'm so pleased you liked it. Well, you see, I'm in contact with that artist, so if he does anything new that I think you'd like, I certainly would let you know. Well, yes, you can pick it up any time. Oh, no, that's no problem, because I can replace that piece of work with another artist's work during the rest of the show. There's no problem there. Yeah. Well, I'll be in most of the afternoon. What time is it now? 1 o'clock? Well, I'll be back from lunch at 1:30. Anytime after that. All right, Mrs. Krasner. I'll be looking forward to seeing you. Goodbye. What's the matter with you? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Why, Ted? Tell me why you did it.
Take your hands.
I said, tell me. I don't know what you're talking about. Now, you let go of me. Not until you tell me why. Why?
Aziza introduces Really Waterproof Mascara. It's the waterproof mascara that makes your lashes look this thick and lush. And they stay gorgeous. Because Really Waterproof Mascara won't streak or run, no matter how wet your lashes get. Aziza Really Waterproof Mascara. It lives up to its name. In the water or out.
To perk up plain meat meals,
Reach for the spoon.
Betty Crocker scallop potatoes, made from fresh russet slices with a delicately seasoned white sauce. With pork chops there.
Reach for the spoon.
New Betty Crocker julienne potatoes, real russet potato strips in a mild cheese sauce. Sure gives chicken a lift.
Sure does.
Perk up your plain meat meals with all 6 Betty Crocker potatoes.
Reach for the spoon. The Betty Crocker spoon.
Loosen up, Mr. Dillon. You're on a cruise. You've got to ring around the collar. Oh, you've got ring around the collar.
Those dirty rings. Sprays and powders weren't good enough, so I tried Whisk. Whisk does a better job on ring around the collar. And Whisk goes on to get your whole wash clean. No more necktie?
No more ring around the collar.
Whisk gets ring around the collar and your whole wash clean.
Let's go!
Whatever I do, I give it my all. Even laundry. Dirt, ice cream, wheel grease, greasy, oily dirt's the worst. So again, I give it my all. Concentrate it all. Used regularly, All Out cleans this other leading brand on greasy, oily dirt. So it gets my whole wash clean.
Go-kart, you amaze me.
Amazed myself.
Concentrated All gets out the worst dirt better so your whole wash is clean.
Give it your all.
She said anything about her family?
Very little. All I know is that she's from California.
No local contacts, no references you could have checked?
Nothing.
Well, what about her identification or the information on the application that could lead to an address in California?
She's staying at the Sunrise Motel here in town, and that's what she gave us for her home address.
Motel? A young girl like that?
I don't think she planned on staying there, but she ran into a little bad luck when she arrived. All her money and ID papers were stolen from her motel room. I felt bad for the kid, so I got her an interview with Sam. And Sam felt the same way about it as I did. That she deserved a break, a little help.
Hasn't she said why she came to Landview?
No.
I'd like to talk to her again sometime.
You won't get far. Both Sam and I try to get some information out of her. She's very closed-mouthed and very independent. As soon as Sam pressed her for a little background information, Cassie backed off. She thanked Sam for the opportunity, but said she'd look somewhere else.
Sounds like a classic runaway.
No. I'm convinced there's more to it than that. She seems to have come here for a reason, and she's so incredibly determined. Well, in spite of all the mystery, you have to admit she's a charming kid.
Yeah, but she's floundering. She's living in a second-rate motel. Her money's gone.
She's made a few friends since she's been here. Wanda, myself, Sam. I think I see another soft touch right here.
Yeah, you're right. You know, we don't want to offend her sense of independence or make her feel uneasy, but I think it might not be a bad idea to keep an eye on her. I think I'm going to do some checking.
Oh.
Yeah, I have somebody at the police department run a quick check on Cassie Howard and see if she could be a runaway. Of course, if that's the case, she probably hasn't given us her real name, but still, I think it's worth looking into.
Don't you ever try that again. I didn't spend time in Vietnam and in prison not to learn how to defend myself. You learned how to kill, too. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play games with me, Ted. I just watched a man die.
You know what I think? I think you're going soft. You know, maybe you should get into another business, you know? Maybe open a bakery or something. Oh. Yeah, you listen to me. You start thinking about the other man first, and he'll get you every time. It's the oldest rule of battle.
I guess I just didn't know we were at war, huh?
Oh, we're at war, all right. And if they win, it's our necks.
It's your neck, man. I have nothing to do with murder.
That's a very strong word. Now, I don't know what you're talking about. Who died?
What do you want, a full report or something? What, do you want to know how long he suffered? You want to know how long it took him to stop breathing?
I don't know who you're talking about.
Claude. I'm talking about Claude.
Oh. Claude. Yeah, well, see, Steve, I tried to warn him, you know. I had to scare him a little bit, and I guess maybe his heart couldn't take it. You know, he was a little frail.
There was no reason for that, Ted. You didn't have to do that.
Well, if he died, that's too bad. But don't try to pin the rap on me.
You think you're going to get away with this, don't you?
He wouldn't listen to me, Steve. You understand that? He wouldn't listen. I mean, he had this weird sense of justice, a little bit like you know? Just a little soft. He wouldn't take a bribe. I think he was kind of a fool, don't you?
Oh, man, he wouldn't have talked, Ted. Once he knew what the consequences were, he would have backed off.
Well, we'll never know about that now, will we?
Conveniently for you, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, where did his death occur?
In Karen's room.
Did he tell her anything?
I don't know, man.
I hope not.
Why? You're going to kill her, too?
Steve, you've got this terrible image of me.
You're a murderer, Ted.
I don't want to hear that kind of talk, see? I don't like that kind of talk one bit. I don't want anybody else to hear it.
Well, who's next on your list, huh? Is it Karen? Or is it Vicky?
You just keep your conclusions to yourself. And here's a piece of advice. I'm gonna marry Vicky Riley, and no one's gonna stand in my way. No one, not even you.
The police will come by later to take your statement.
Yes.
I'm real sorry to hurt your friend.
Karen, something about that's just not right, you know? It doesn't sit well with me. I have seen an awful lot of heart attacks in my time. This guy wasn't responding to anything I did.
You're right, because it wasn't a heart attack.
It wasn't. All right, now, do you have any idea what was going on? Do you know more than, was he drugged or what?
He was drugged, all right. The same thing happened to him as happened to Vinny. They both came to give me information. They both wanted to warn me about something. This was no coincidence. We gotta find the killer.
Treetop apple juice, the taste beats the wine. Treetop apple juice, it goes with the fun. Treetop apple juice, you know for sure. Treetop apple juice, it's apple pure.
100% pure Treetop apple juice. What you see is what you get. Treetop. It always tastes like somebody cared.
Bet you think these pain relievers you're like, Mrs. Talbot.
Sure do.
Let's see. 2 regular tablets, 650 milligrams. These other pain relievers also, 650 milligrams. 650 milligrams. Still think they're all the same?
Yep.
Look here. 800 milligrams.
Anacin. I didn't know Anacin had more pain reliever.
Yes, more pain reliever and a special combination of medical ingredients. That's the Anacin difference. So now which pain reliever?
Anacin.
Anacin tablets or capsules. Get the Anacin difference.
This fresh country air has got me starved.
Well, dig in. Your potato salad tastes better than mine. But don't we have the same recipe? I thought so.
Why does one potato salad taste better? It could be the mayonnaise. Because if it isn't Hellman's, your salad isn't the best it can be. Fresh, wholesome ingredients go into Hellman's, and no other mayonnaise tastes fresher or creamier.
Hellman's does make a difference.
Hellman's Real Mayonnaise makes whatever you make the best it can be.
On All My Children.
Palmer found out one of his guns was missing.
Missing?
Palmer figures that whoever took the gun plans to use it.
Someone is out for murder. And on General Hospital, as Bobby's life hangs in the shadow of death, Noah remembers their last days together and the love they had only begun to share. All My Children, General Hospital, weekdays.
Holy cow, don't tell me you're still at that.
Yes, I just finished the last interview a few minutes ago. You didn't happen to see her, did you?
No, I must have just missed her.
Oh, you didn't miss a thing.
Huh?
Oh, she was one of those over-the-hill preppy types, you know. That still hadn't gotten over the good old days in college. Only college must have been about in the 1950s or something. Honestly, I thought she was going to ask me to join a sorority. I should have just stopped with the first one.
What was her name again?
Her name was Pamela Chaffee. She's perfect. And I've decided to give her the job of co-host of the Pat Ashley Show.
Honey, listen, do you really think that's a necessary change? I mean, Pat's done awfully well on her own, you know?
Stick to law. Leave the television business to me.
Yeah.
How was court today?
Oh, it's just a lot of waiting around for a bunch of witnesses who never showed up to try the case another time. I did go to the health club. Guess who I saw?
I haven't the faintest idea.
Cassie Howard.
And who is that?
You know, she's that pretty young friend of Wanda's.
You mean the dreadful child who drenched me with red wine?
No, come on, it was an accident.
I hope the gym improves her coordination.
Well, as a matter of fact, she's going to be working there.
Doing what?
She'll be the new receptionist.
Whose mistake was that?
Marcello suggested it to Sam, and Sam hired her. It's not a mistake. I think she's going to do very well.
Yes, providing there's nothing breakable within 50 feet of her. Good thing the gym equipment is built to take punishment.
Yeah, I'm sorry I mentioned it.
And my problem is simple. I'll just trade in my leotards for some armor.
Well, it's obvious you don't have a great deal of feeling for her.
Feeling? It's obvious that you have a great deal of feeling for her. She certainly managed to capture your attention. Oh, those young girls. They really learn how to use their beauty at a very early age. Earlier and earlier, it seems to me. And you men, you're so stupid. You fall for it all the time. All they have to do is bat their eyes, shake their lovely long hair, and give you those sweet, innocent smiles. You fall for it every time. It's just amazing. Innocent. She sure went to work on Marcello quickly enough, didn't she?
I'm going to prepare a brief.
Good. I'm glad Cassie's working, dear. You know, she never sent me the money for the dry cleaning of my dress. Maybe now that she has a job, she'll send me a check.
Should I do it for love or for money, Cook?
Money, whatever it is. We've got enough love to spare.
I'm talking about my career. The career of the illustrious Dr. Mario Corelli. Act, stop, piece. No, really. You know, that happens to me all the time. Every time I start talking about the past in doctors, there's a hiccup there.
Well, you won't have to do that soon.
It's not going to be easy.
Oh, it's not going to stop you, is it?
No, got my sights set now. We're an automatic pilot.
Okay, so back to the original question, Dr. Marco Dane.
Right. I wanted to know whether I should treat little old ladies for hangnails for about $150 a piece, or whether I should open a free clinic type of place.
Oh, I think I know what you'll do.
Well, I'm not so sure. You know, I'd like to help people, but I'd like to make a few bucks, too. But I'd feel guilty if I charged them too much to do that. Do I sound like an idealistic college student?
You'll get over it.
Yeah, probably as soon as somebody slaps 50 bucks on my fist for an office visit.
50 bucks? That's rather expensive. I think I'll go to the clinic.
Dear, you'll get house calls for free.
Gee, it makes me want to be a professional patient.
What is it? Love or confusion?
Can't you have both?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor yet. Pick one. Anyone.
University of Pennsylvania Medical School. Johns Hopkins. Oh, Marco, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Why don't you sit down? I have a little bad news to tell you.
Vinny, and now Claude, both dying the same way, both wanting to tell me something.
Who is it? Well, G is a key. Respect for the dead?
I came back to see what happened.
Oh. Well, that was nice of you. You disappeared very quickly.
I had to, Karen. I couldn't stay here.
Why? Are you allergic to the smell of death?
I'm allergic to cops. Dead bodies bring cops. Don't be stupid.
Why? You said you didn't know him. Well, at least that's what you said.
Karen, I got a counterfeit operation I'm trying to worry about here. I got to keep my nose clean.
Right.
I watched this man die.
Take it easy, sweetheart. Nobody could have done anything.
Where did you go?
Nowhere. I went for a walk. I was just as upset about this whole thing as you were.
You liar! Liar!
Karen, okay, a guy has a heart attack and he dies on your floor. I understand you're upset, but don't take it out on me.
That man did not have a heart attack, and you know it. He was murdered.
You don't know that.
What do you know?
I can't tell you anything else.
Because he'll kill you too, right?
Get off of this kick, Karen. I come back here to see what happened. You're just hysterical, that's all.
Who was he?
Who was who?
Claude Roman.
I just met him for the first time.
He knew you.
Did he say that?
No. But I saw it in his eyes when he first walked in here. He knew you.
You just read too much into people's eyes.
Tell me who killed him.
Happy birthday, Laura.
Happy birthday, Laura.
Oh, chocolate nut cake, my favorite. Oh, you shouldn't have, Sarah. But I'm glad you did.
Here, you get the first piece.
With homemade topping.
No, with Cool Whip. It tastes fresh as homemade.
You're right. Cool Whip tastes fresh as my mom's homemade topping.
That's why I wouldn't use anything else.
I guess with age comes wisdom.
Sweet.
Cool Whip non-dairy whip topping, now in the extra-large recipe size.
Hey, what's that? Bursting with great taste. Surprise, Henry. It's Cycle dog food. New Cycle, a delicious new mixture of red, brown, and golden nuggets. Oh, don't worry, Henry. Cycle still has just the right nutrition for your stage of life. But now it's bursting with a great new taste you'll love. Uh-oh, you missed a piece. New Cycle, bursting with a great new taste.
Who lasts longer, Susan or Dry Idea Roll-On? Give ordinary roll-ons this kind of workout, they'll start to give out on you. They're mostly water, but not Dry Idea. Watch. The ordinary roll-on here, Dry Idea here. Minutes later, when perspiration starts, much of the ordinary roll-on can wash away, but not Dry Idea. Dry Idea has hardly any water, so it goes on drier, stays on longer, keeps you drier. In fact, you'll give out before Dry Idea.
Tonight, get set for a blast of laughter when a mobster gets tangled up with a pair of feuding police chiefs in Border Pals, followed by Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders 2, the Monday night movie. A deadly surprise for Mitch. Watch General Hospital next.